Yep, I'm starting my stream now.
All right. Thank you all for the early joiners. We are just setting up the streams and we will be starting soon.
But I've got my stream going.
Let me make an announcement for that as well. Dark Frog and Ketchup.
Doc, did you get that invitation on Twitch?
Give me 1 second here.
All
No,
right.
I'm not streaming. I just figured I'd say hi.
Yay, Rakizi.
What's up, man?
Hey, what up?
And the other day I was like chatting with Rakizi about the future of the NAG and everything related to it. And then we found, what's the name of the guy? This Senat? I don't know. The guy he had like, I don't know, 40,000 people watching. He sleep.
Oh, Kai Snot. That guy?
Yes.
Yeah.
And I was like, hey, Rakizi, I wonder if you sleep and set up a camera.
I already told you the other day I needed to do. It's like the amount of like crazy shit that I'm like doing with this shit. I mean, it's like getting a little ridiculous. It's like people would watch this. I bet. I mean,
And
it's
then
like
Kaisenat had um this boy, like while he sleeps, the boy was performing a Spider-Man in a Spider-Man suit,
No way.
reacting to the chat. Oh, holy shit, man! What the fuck? And
people
then like
oversleep shit.
40K people. I don't know. And then in the moment he got 100K in subs, I don't even know the amount, but he got like a crazy amount. You would sound a horn and wake him up, and people were just throwing money just to see him wake up, like in the middle of the stream. But that's for later, I guess. So are the streams up?
Yeah, and we have the
They should be good.
shared chat going now.
All right, so you guys are up. So everyone, I posted there on the announcement their streams, and getting everyone like on par of what's going on. I'll also paste it on the stage. Hello, Skrillly, brother. I never managed to pronounce your name, but yeah, join when you can, man. Join when you're off work, right? But everyone, like, this is a stage, right? So I don't know if you been on one, but here you can request to speak at any time. Like, you raise your hand and request to speak. We will be throwing, possibly reviewing Ketchupchips' skill, and then how giving tips and tricks about the bosses and talking bullshit left and right? So you guys may feel free to just fucking join and ask freely, uh, or just raise a topic and then we discuss or whatever. Like, this is as much yours as it is ours. So please feel free to join and talk. Or just to ask away. But asking and written questions, it's a little bit harder, right, for us to keep track. But the whole idea today is to to get on par with the strategies for Mogu'shan Vaults. And like first, let me introduce you guys for those who don't know. So Dark Frog is our Frost mod, and Ketchupchips is our Unholy mod. And they do stream. They do have their YouTube channels, and they are like crazy in the amount of knowledge they have about the classes or each spec for the case at the moment, right? So we will try to also give tip for the case, but also generalize for all the melee classes in general, like positioning and do this, do that, etc. Right? So that's good. And yeah, screen you can see on their stream, so they should be sharing the same thing. At least their chat is shared. But yeah, we will start with how the fuck did you guys feel? Like Jab was supposed to, by the way, Jab was supposed to be here. He's a shaman class lead that we have, and he's from Progress, right? So he was super hyped and super stressed for the race itself, and the whole Progress got that ban. For those that didn't see in the day, Progress, the guild, yeah, they got banned
That's
because they
super
tried to
unfortunate.
join early. What was it like? I was literally having dinner and then I sit on PC and I see Progress banned already. But how was it for you guys? Did you guys like get, hey, join now? What the fuck? Let's go.
I was at
It's
work
open.
when everything launched. I just saw everything on Discord. It's like, get on now. The
Yeah.
world bosses are up. Go kill them, and then get in raid and all that.
Yeah, I was at work when I got some notifications from some of the guildies that they were like, we could walk into the raid right now. And I'm like, what? What's going on?
Holy shit, man. But like this messes up a guy's like the whole organization of the thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
But it's Blizzard being Blizzard, I guess, because in
I
the
mean,
last
yeah.
expansions, in the last releases, they always mess up, even if just a little bit, right?
It literally happened a couple of weeks ago in Anniversary when they opened AQ early.
Yeah, they opened AQ too early, and Progress did the same thing. They went in like
Gotta
as
be that
soon as it
kind of
opened.
when shit could their own tunes could use these things, and then they fix it.
Yeah, but that time they didn't ban anybody, so that's why they didn't think anything about it this time.
Maybe, I'm not sure.
What was it?
Blizzard being inconsistent.
What was it? They got them banned. Was because they insisted, and then Blizzard was kicking them out. What was it?
Yeah, I think they kept trying to go back into the raid even after they got yanked out of it. Like, I think, and don't quote me on this because I wasn't watching it live happen, but I think Holy Palace Way like harfed out of the zone that they were keeping them in to keep them from going into the raid, and they just kept persistently trying to go back in. I think is why they threw
Because,
the ban
like,
hammer down.
To be honest, that's what I would do too. But that's I don't know, man. I don't know.
I mean, it's a
Like,
race, right?
if you
Like
can
you want
get in,
every
yeah, it's a race. If you can get in, you go in,
yeah,
right?
you want every competitive advantage you can get. So I mean, I don't blame them.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's true.
What if they didn't do anything? Then they auto lost by just not going in, right?
I mean, I guess.
Yeah.
I mean, their argument though in the blue post was just that it was clearly a unintentional release, right? Because they already announced the schedule. They announced the time it was going to release.
But they do that every time. They
I
do
know.
that
Of course.
I'm curious
Holy
what
shit.
Jeb's thoughts are on that whenever he gets here. I would love to hear his thoughts.
I'll join soon, hopefully. They're
'Cause I
doing
think it's-
splits week 1.
Yeah. I mean, we are too.
Cool. But yeah, hopefully we hear from him soon. But let me jump up to your guys' stream so I can watch it. So we do have Ketchup. Ketchup did get number 1 like speed kill or the first kill in North America, right? NA and
Yes, sir.
Oceanic service.
Mm-hmm.
But he was like 5th in the world.
Yep, 5th
Was it
world.
like?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's great, man.
Right
That's
behind
great. Congrats.
Statement. Thank you. Yeah, even if we didn't have the wipe on Spirit Kings, I think we still would have not beaten Statement because I think we only lost 3 minutes with that wipe. I think is what we calculated it out to be. But we beat.
That's not even that bad.
Yeah, not even that bad. But we beat FFS by like seconds, like
Seconds. Yeah, I saw that.
seconds. Yeah, I think it was
That's wild.
within 20 seconds of each other, killing Will the Emperor, which is pretty crazy. Definitely down the wire
Yeah,
for
that's
the
wild. That's
for
wild.
NA first.
Yeah, that's wild. Big rats, man. Big rats.
Thank you. Yeah, I was super pumped. I mean, we got 11th in Dragon Soul, so I mean, we jumped up, like doubled our placement basically, which is huge.
Oh, yeah, it is. I bet. But how was it for you, Dark Frog?
I mean, we went in there with like almost no expectations. Like we were expecting to get most of them down, but we never even got the Spirit Kings down on beta. So that was a big surprise. We got that in a couple pulls, and then only 15 pulls on Will after never seen it before. It was pretty impressive, I think.
That is impressive. Yeah.
So then we did that. We even started the second raid the same day because we did it so quickly, and then we finished that the next day. So that was nice.
Yeah, that's amazing. Really good. Glad for you guys. Well, how was the raid in comparison to beta? Like, did he have more bugs? I heard like it was completely wild, and
I
when it
think it's
comes
pretty
to
much all the
bugs
same
and
bugs.
yeah, so they released without fixing any shit.
They fixed a couple things, but then there was a couple new things as well.
I mean,
All right, so we can cover those.
what were the new things though?
Well, I don't have like specific, but I know on Will, like for example, like they had the blades actually hitting the people when they clearly weren't in the animation.
Oh, yeah. Just
I don't know if
issues
that
with
was on
the
beta or
animation.
not.
Yeah, I couldn't say off the top of my head. I was in charge of the
Let me
grips,
just
so I wasn't in it as much as other people.
Yeah, for sure.
let me ask, how was it? How was the balance for hunters and DKs in your raids?
Hey man, I topped. That's all I'm gonna
Yeah,
say.
for sure.
All
The
I'm gonna
unholies in my
say.
raid definitely topping. Yeah.
Like
no.
all kills, all encounters, Unholy DK number 1, Survival Hunter number 2. It was close, but that's in my raid. That's what ended up
I
happening.
swear.
How many
If
how
I-
many hunters did you have? How many DKs did you have?
We had 5 hunters, 3 Unholy DKs, and 2 Frost DKs.
Amazing. And you, Dark Frog?
I think we had like 5 hunters as well, or maybe 6, and 2 unholies and 1 frost. The same thing, basically, the unholy topping. Then we had the hunters and then me. But I would have been higher if I didn't have a fucking green weapon.
You had a green weapon?
I went in with a green weapon, yeah,
You went
because
into
I just couldn't
progression
get any drops.
with a green weapon?
Yeah.
You didn't even you couldn't even get like the blacksmithing weapon?
No, that was way too expensive by the time I got around to buying it. It was 25K per.
Really?
Holy shit! I should have sold
That's
mine.
actually crazy.
Crafted mine. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
wild.
I
It
had
was
a
insane.
guildie who came in clutch because my split tune, my clone, had Girthalak still, and he just gave me the blacksmithing weapon, which was very kind of
Wow,
him.
nice.
Yep. Alien, thanks for raid, bro.
Yeah, that's wild. What was it I was going to ask? But Dark Frog, I saw your stream. Like you were not far behind, right?
No, not at all. I don't
I,
know when you saw it. Did you see it like later on with my alt or as my first character?
I was hopping from stream, right? So I saw you. Yeah, I saw you in several different unique times, but I don't. Yeah, what do you mean? Like, did you top in
Well,
any of the fights, or does any fight perform better for Frost?
I mean, sure, I'm sure some do, but my alt was also like severely undergeared because I wasn't expecting to raid with it Thursday, and it was also 2-hand frost, so you know how that goes. Had no AOE damage.
Oh, the second raid, you mean?
Yeah.
But for the first
But
raid,
for the
when
first
you
raid, I
entered,
was pretty close for having a green weapon. I was pretty close to the top for like the single target fights.
yeah, I always saw like you really close, and that's good. But that's kind of expected, like for the Unholy to beat, but not by far, right?
Yeah, that's exactly what I expected.
Yeah,
In
that's
terms
good.
of
That's
just
good.
Unholy against Frost, is that what you're talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah, that was expected.
that's great.
I mean, because
I
an
think we
unholy
can
AoE is
start.
better, is why I would argue that.
Oh yeah,
There was a lot of
like once you
AoE in the
are,
raid.
yeah,
For sure, yeah.
if you're speed clearing, like you want to AoE hard, right? So
Yeah.
it's all about that. So are we good to talk about bosses per boss kill, etc.?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. Can you get your stream back to the first boss?
Yeah.
So just to recap, we are not here to explain the boss fights. That's not the idea, right? The idea is to see what you guys did and what your thoughts are on the kill itself, and to toss out some tips and tricks, and to hear from the audience what they think and what they thought, like if they saw anything that could be improved or done, and how could we, when it comes to parsing it, it'll be like we will be asking the same questions over and over. How could we perform better, or how could we, what shenanigans can we do to parse better when it comes to that fight in particular, right?
Mhm.
But first boss, 4 dogs. I see you stream. You're pulling the whole room.
Yep. We just pulled the whole
Just
trash room.
trash at the moment.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. And then like the bosses have a mechanic that you pretty much had to split them, and then from turn to turn you make 2 of them be together. And how does it work? Like, do you even care about these mechanics, and how do you guys see these mechanics being like ignored or not when it
Well,
comes to having better parses?
I mean, splitting them is the dad strat. So you're going to do less damage
Mm.
by default unless you're keeping them all grouped together for the whole fight. So that's what our guild did. We bring all 4 of them together. We keep them all together for the whole time, and then when they're about to explode, we just cool down through it and live through it. We only got 1 explosion because they explode at 100% energy, all 4 of them, and that's what we did. So we just kept them all together the whole time. We just had to paint the room for the tiles to get the damage increase buff, and that was pretty much it.
All right, so you stuck them together. I think everyone tried to do that, right? Everyone did it pretty much.
I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure.
So,
Yeah.
So you stuck them together, which is great. So huge AoE, that they do a lot of damage. And you had people set up to do the painting, or do you guys
Yeah.
also had to do it?
Well, we had assignments.
Typically,
for
melee
painting.
starts off painting, and then the range will finish off the
Correct.
entire fight.
Yep. Basically, we
Cool.
went to go paint every time the shutdown happened, where all the tiles in the room unpaint and clear, and then you have to paint all over again. So melee just paint like twice, pretty much, and then that's pretty much it. Unless you get unlucky
But
and you get chained.
is that a world? Yeah, is that a world where you don't get to paint at all and you just zigzag?
I don't think so.
Yeah,
Considering
I
the
don't think
amount
so
of damage
either.
increase you get.
Yeah, because it's a percentage per tile, and so we got up to 150 tiles, I think, on every paint. And so
I mean, you as melee, you as
Well, the entire raid.
DPS. I mean, the entire raid has to paint,
pretty
but the
much
paint itself only affects the whole raid, or does it affect you
it affects
when you're
everyone.
painting?
So it affects everyone.
Okay, cool. So
Yeah.
what if you stand still and fucking DPS and let people paint?
If you could be catered, yeah, but I think the overall DPS for the raid is better off if you're painting.
I mean, the more
Cool.
painting going on, like the quicker everything gets paint, the more damage you're gonna do throughout the fight.
Yeah, agree. So less kill time.
Because even painting doesn't
then
even take that
everyone parses
long.
better.
So if you just like use your boots and paint, that's
Yep.
even more personal DPS as well. So
Yep. And you should be running probably Death's Advance, the talent Death's Advance on that fight too. So you have 2 movement speed abilities. So even if you don't have engineering for some reason, or you want to save your boots for the next set of painting, you should have movement boosts for each time you're painting, and it should be pretty quick.
Yeah, that was quick. Like the kill time was really quick.
Yeah, it's like 2 minutes.
Yeah. But do you guys see anything else that could be done to improve the passes there, besides tanking them together?
don't get chained to a hunter.
Yeah, if you can control that.
Yeah, I know.
I got lucky and I didn't
Is
get chained to anyone on that pole.
Yeah, as soon as you're chained, you're pretty much done. You gotta just stop. You can't parse anymore.
Yeah, basically. I was gonna argue for mid-pole army, and I think I still might, because army claws still, and claws AOE damage. So, plus benefiting from the percentage damage increases from the tiles as well, because army benefits from any strength and crit buffs that you have on yourself because it's dynamic, just like our ghoul and our gargoyle.
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask. Army is
Yeah,
dynamic like everything else, right?
exactly. And so even percent damage increase buffs, as long as it's on the player, not the boss, and in this case, this one's on the player, it would benefit you if you used it mid pole. And I ended up doing it here mid pole as well. For parsing, though, it probably isn't worth it because they decided to normalize the tile damage for some reason. I don't know why. That kind of de-incentivizes people to paint, and which is like
Exactly.
the entire point of the fight. I mean, that's the central mechanic of the fight, and they decide to de-incentivize you from doing that. So I don't know. I don't get it. I don't really agree with it, but it is what it is.
Yeah, I don't know how we're gonna. I don't think we can play around that. I think we're just gonna continue painting because the kill time is what you're looking for.
Yeah. Yeah, and we didn't even have
That's
the
true.
fastest kill time either. I think I saw a kill that was all the way down to a minute and a half. I think ours was 150. So it can get even quicker than that.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah, that's pretty nice.
I would probably
But
argue
just
against using rolling blood on this fight though, because you can snapshot the buff. Again, like I was saying, how it affects our army and our gargoyle and everything else. You can snap the buff at the peak of when you have the most tiles out on the ground. And so if you're
and then let
using
them row until they fade.
yeah, and so basically you probably would want to try to keep up that disease snapshot for the rest of the fight once that happens. And so if you're using rolling blood, you're just going to keep resetting the snapshot on all three other of the guardians. So it's not worth running that talent in my opinion. Probably not really worth using Plague Leech either. So first talent's kind of irrelevant for that fight, I would think, if you're just trying to keep a good snapshot.
Yep.
So I know some people probably did run running blood. I would probably argue against it for that reason.
Yeah, exactly.
How did you
Yeah,
feel for Frost though? Yeah.
for Frost, that's a pretty interesting fight because you think to Pestilence, but it's actually not that good anymore considering you have the higher Howling Blast damage now from that buff. So it's probably better to just individually Plague Strike them all because there's only 4 targets. And that way you don't have to worry about a Blit because you're going to be using the rune for Plague Strike. You can just cast all the Howling Blasts you want.
The rotation is just like Plague Strike 4 times and then you Howling Blast in a row.
Pretty much, yeah. Just
Dark
make sure you
It's
don't Plague
probably
Strike without the Unholy Rune.
Did you have a VOD on
Uh-huh.
your YouTube, Dark, for your kill?
No, my kills are kind of garbage at the moment.
I was gonna say
I have my
we
stream
could
up
show
there, but
yours. Or do you have
no,
yours
I did
running on
not
yours?
actually. I have mine running on mine. I didn't actually do good on that fight. I think I did better with my 2-hander
Oh,
because that's
really?
when I actually knew the fight.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So you heard it from Dark Frog himself, like 2-handed Frost did better than his.
Yeah, you're right.
Oh man, trying to steer people
Yeah,
away
just
from two-handed, not towards it.
yeah. That
See,
was
fight
bad. That was
knowledge is
bad.
better than having your weapons. I also had
It
a
is.
blue 2-hander, not
It
a
is.
green weapon.
Yeah, I got several DMs from people telling me both, hey, I scored hundreds, thank you, and everything is looking great. I think it's no secret, like for everyone, that we do have the next action guide. The next action guide, it's a rotation too, right? But the
Mhm.
rotation itself, it's nothing without the player knowledge and the player positioning and the good group and the previous and everything that comes with the min-maxing of the class, right?
Yep.
And I'm taking the time to explain this or to mention this because I did have quite a few people both thanking and like saying the tool worked great and they used it a lot, etc. But we also had people telling that the rotation didn't manage to bring them to a good damage or a good parse or whatever. And I did have to take some time to explain about everything that comes with it. Hey bro, you need to take a look at your heat cap. You need to reforge. You need good gems. You need good gear. You need to
Ooh.
take a look at like your
Can't be
previous stuff.
can't be missing hit
Team
cap.
yourself.
No.
Holy shit, right? So yeah.
Yeah, if you're missing hit or expertise cap, good luck parsing at all.
Yeah.
Missing an ability, there's thousands of DPS loss right there.
Yep.
Yeah. So yeah. It's not like a plug and play game. Like you do have to learn about the class regardless. You do have to you know read. We do like next action guide is a 2, but it doesn't play for you
Yep.
at all. So you need it's good to have it so that you can like, at a glance look at stuff, but you need to know when not to follow it too. Like don't expect a bot to play for you, right?
Right.
Exactly. You can't beat your brain.
Yeah. That being said, let's go forward for the second boss. Do we have any questions from the audience or from the chat on Twitch? I don't think so, right?
Yeah, I don't have any questions in chat yet.
Yeah, feel free to request to speak on Discord if you're on Discord, or just ask away and we will be taking a look at all the questions. But for second boss, I see you stream like you're joining it or getting to it now, right?
Yep. This is the trash right before it.
Yep. So how was the feeling there? Any surprises or anything out of the extraordinary when it comes to where you was?
I'm gonna make a potentially controversial argument here, and I'm gonna say it's probably better to do Fester Blight on Fang the Accursed.
That's bold.
I did Fester Blight, and I got the 8th best kill for Unholy. And Ledsky, the other Unholy DK for Newman, also did Fester Blight on Fang. So he and I had been theory crafting this. I don't think the Sim APL is in a place where it can really tell us exactly how good Fester Blight is, just because it wasn't originally made for that. I know that I'm gonna mispronounce his name. I know that Diodursi had worked on it some, and we've looked at it extensively, but it just
Yeah, he does have quite some work on it, but
he
the
does.
Sims itself, it's just not ready to. Some functions are missing and some functions are not working quite right.
Sure.
So he has both to like get it to work with some workarounds, and still it's not 100% right.
Yeah,
So
and it's
yeah,
always constantly being worked on as well. So there's definitely some
Exactly.
optimizations to be done. But I think being able to hold your initial snapshot at the beginning of the fight through the rest of the fight, I just think is more worthwhile on fights where there is no uptime loss on the boss. And Fang happens to be one of those. And so I decided to try it, and it worked out really well for me. It would be interesting though to see how it would work out after I got Star Shatter, the 502 weapon from Elegon, because obviously Scourge Strike scales with weapon damage, and I had not as good of a weapon here on this kill, so that something to be considered, because you're going to get less Scourge Strikes if you're doing Fester Blight, because you're prioing Festering Strike more. But that's the secret tech I tried here, and it worked out pretty well for me.
great, Did you
think they've
change
actually-
anything for Frost?
I think they've actually removed the ads on this fight, so they don't matter anymore. So
No, they don't.
basically,
Yeah.
it's just going to be down to your kill time. Like, two-hand is a little bit more bursty. So if you have a short kill time, I feel like it might outperform there. But it's just your single target rotation that I don't really change anything for.
It is interesting though because you also do have the no rules view on Warcraft logs now too. I don't really know how I feel about that, but
Oh,
I
yeah,
know
me too.
that they implemented the option to where you can either make your log page default to the parses with rules and parses without rules, which is interesting. But the one with
Very.
rules definitely does not consider the soul fragments, the ads at spawn.
Yeah, if they did count though, like basically you would just hold your blood taps, you put all the howling blasts you could, all that kind of stuff, like putting on D&D right before they spawn.
Yep. Drop D&D, hold your blood taps, for unholy, spam blood boil. Get as many blood boils out as possible. Make sure you have your diseases spread with pestilence. If you're doing Fester Blight, you wouldn't run Rolling Blood because you would overwrite your snapshot if you weren't close enough to Fang. So you just run the risk of ruining your snapshot there. I think I did actually redo my snapshot towards the end of the fight, so I didn't play Fester Blight 100% perfectly. But it lined up to where I think I had both my trinket procs, my potion, snap springs, and Fallen Crusader, so I got the perfect snapshot for a second time, which isn't always going to happen.
Yeah, that's pretty lucky.
Really good, man.
Well, I mean, it's a lot more
when it-
likely with some of these trinkets that we run right now because of the lining up internal cooldowns. I think they're both 55 seconds, and I was running.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah, I was running the Zen Alchemist trinket, the Alchemy trinket, plus the Relic of Zuin, and they have the same internal cooldown, so they just happen to sync up there for me, which is really nice. Sorry, I didn't mean
Yes,
to interrupt.
indeed. When it comes, no problem at all. When it comes to strategy itself, it will all come to kill times. But do you have to do anything special? Would you assign to do anything, or just
Well, we do have to
focus on the
grip all
boss
the
fight
ads
and
as soon as they
just
come out.
Yep.
So we have your
the
Gorfian's
mass grip,
Scraps.
right?
Yep, Gorfin's
Yeah.
Grass, yep.
Mhm.
Yep, we
But
did
that
the
was
same.
it.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
That's all.
Because you basically have to prevent those soul fragments from reaching Fang when they come out. Otherwise, they're going to heal the boss. So that's definitely a wipe mechanic if you're not careful.
There's a couple spots you could throw down an AMZ as well, but it's not overly useful.
Right. So the whole deal is that you get outside and then you grip everyone to a position where they could be AoE'd without touching the boss.
Well, they can touch the bosses. They're trying to get to the shield is what they're trying to do. So you got to keep them away from that.
Okay. Cool. Understood. Anything else? Any questions? Everyone is so quiet today. So let's. It's like in your stream, you are about to head to the third boss, right?
Yeah. Are we moving on? I had restarted it.
Okay. Yeah. Let's move on.
So next one would be Garajal. So we had all this trash here.
Man, warriors love this trash.
Oh yeah, totally. Yeah, our warrior
Yeah,
actually
just
went nuts on the
Beyblade.
trash.
Yeah. So is there such a thing of not being assigned to a Totem or to a group to go to the underworld and then parsing better, or being assigned several times in a row? What are the shenanigans in this fight that you guys see that could be better,
Well,
or like you could do to exploit a little bit more?
yeah, I tried to argue to send Unholy DKs down to get, because you get a % damage increase buff when you come out, and I think Fester Blight's the play here too. I'm gonna make some.
Yeah,
I'm gonna make some controversial takes here because not a lot of people talk about Fester Blight. It's just a pretty old tech that you had to dig up from the ancient texts. But I think if you can maintain that percent damage increase buff for the entire fight, I mean, I just think that that's pretty OP for our disease damage, and I think it works out pretty nicely. But my guild only sent the hunters and the warriors down. For the most part, I'm pretty sure. So we sent down the group of 5 hunters and the warriors, and I was listed as a backup, but I ended up not getting to go down because if you end up getting Voodoo Doll and you're in one of the groups, you're not able to go down with one of the totems. So, but that's the tech on this fight too. Is I think once you go down, you come back up and you have that percent damage increase buff. That's when you want to snapshot your diseases. So theoretically,
I think you could also just if you go down, throw on Unholy Blight and boots around and just get everything diseased that way.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I'm tripping. I guess I did go down. I did end up having to be a backup here, because here I am down, and I came back up, and yeah, now I had the buff, and there I snapshot my diseases. So there we go. I don't think it worked out well for me though, if I remember correctly, because I don't think I did as good as I wanted to do on Garajal in particular. I don't know. I was going on 1 hour of sleep, so some of this is a blur to me. If we're honest. Yeah, I got like an hour of sleep the night before because I was working on Valor capping my second DK for the other split because Blizzard didn't follow through on their bonus to Valor gains for your alts because they said they were going to do that, and then they never did.
Very unfortunate.
Yeah, so it took twice as long to get enough Valor on any of your alts. Pretty unfortunate. For my sleep schedule, that is.
But did you guys both kill first attempts here?
Yep. Yeah.
I think I did.
Yeah. This was a one shot. The only boss we didn't one shot was Spirit Kings because somebody a few people hit the shield on the first boss or the first part of Spirit Kings. So that's fun. It just totally blew us all up. It was great. But Fester Blight definitely the tech. What about Frost? Any particular tech for the if you get the damage buff?
If you get the damage, no, we don't snapshot anything. So basically, you could hold your pillar if you wanted to for that, and then just stack all the damage buffs at the same time. That would probably be a good idea. I haven't actually experimented with that yet because I haven't gone down first.
Yeah, I haven't either, but I imagine I'll have that opportunity next week. Hopefully, I'm gonna keep arguing for it. I'll be like, guys, this is grief. You need to send me down.
I'm sure it'll help everybody that everyone wants to go down.
Oh, I'm sure, yeah. But I mean, for Unholy in particular, for classes where you can snapshot dots, I think it just doesn't make any sense to not do it because you're gonna get a faster kill time when you do that as well. So really, I mean, it benefits the whole raid. Yeah, I had a.
For sure, I think so.
I basically gave my my presentation. The officers of the guild. I was like, listen. If you could send
Here's
Unholy
my
DKs
PowerPoint.
down. Yeah, here's my PowerPoint on why you should do this. And unfortunately, we didn't make any changes for Prague, understandably, because we didn't have enough practice to do that. But that's okay. I pumped anyways.
Yeah, for sure.
So, I mean, I was just behind the survival hunters, and they got to go down. So,
I'm just about middle of the
that's
pack. It
true.
looks like with the green weapon, so I don't think that's terrible.
no, not at all. I mean, having a green weapon is pretty pretty rough
to
begin with.
That was like, yeah, bad. I think it was about 15k DPS I could have gotten.
Yeah, that's crazy. Any other thoughts on Garajal? Looks like I'm The VOD is on
Yeah, let's let it roll. Yeah,
trash.
let the VOD go, and then we comment on that.
Okay. Is Jeb gonna hop in here at some point, or are they still going with splits?
No, he's still going with splits.
No way.
Oh,
That's crazy.
yeah.
No luck for him there.
I respect it though.
No. Yeah. That's the part that's annoying me. Like, I remember the pinnacle for me was when we raided Trial of the Crusader, that you had to complete it without a wipe, so you get a bonus loot, right?
Yep.
And then the guild I was in,
You were in We Go at the time,
they
right?
did as many. Sorry.
You were in We Go at the time, right?
Yes. So
Mhm.
we go. The objective was not parsing, was not speed kill. So the objective was to get as many people geared as possible for the race, right?
Right.
So yeah, and then the idea was to get as many splits going on as possible, right? So what we did is that this split is going too well for this Trial of the Crusader thing, right? So let's split this one because this one is too good, and then make two out of it with more shitty outs. And then in a way that, like, every week we had more splits, and then more splits. Every single split almost don't get the bonus loot at the end. So, so everyone was somewhat of a yay, of a like a bumpy run. But yeah, it was fun anyway.
I'd love to go back to
Right.
Wrath. That'd be fun.
Yeah, we are almost there again, right?
Yeah, I think so.
On
Still,
the
I'm
anniversary round.
gonna probably skip TBC, but we'll see.
If they had DKs in TBC, I'd play it, but
100%, 100%.
but they don't. So,
Uh,
but here's the VODs on Spirit Kings now. If we want to talk about that, you want me to start the VOD over on Spirit Kings?
Yeah, let's do it. So pretty much we have the boss moving around because of the dance, and then the boss cleaves, right? So you kind of position yourself so you don't get screwed by the army of mobs going from one place to another, and then so you don't get cleaved. And is that it for melees?
Yeah, pretty much. I mean,
yeah, dodge everything.
Was it the same order? Was it the same order for everyone?
Yeah, it's always the same order.
always the same order. Is it Jiang? I don't know how to pronounce the name. Jiang the Merciless. He's got a massive attack mechanic that needs to be soaked by melee, and so you basically have to be in front of the boss while those are going out. And then he has this retaliate shield that you have to stop attacking him on. You can auto attack it. Fun fact, actually. So that's a tech. But this is the shield coming up, I think, where we. Nope, we did not explode here. Never mind. We wipe here at some point. This pull doesn't go well.
Yeah, we took a couple pulls. I don't even know how many.
Yeah, it took us two pulls. So the first one we wiped, and then second one was the kill. But basically, you get a point where you have both of them up. So really, if you're going for kill time, you're gonna want to cleave them together. But it gets pretty sketchy because of the way that some of the abilities or mechanics line up there.
So the goal of Prog basically is just to burn the one guy as fast as you can, so you don't have both of them active.
Yep, pretty much. But there's always, I mean, unless you're, and here's where somebody hit the shield and there went all the melee. So Spirit Kings was probably, I would argue, the hardest boss in the whole raid. I think Will the Emperor was easier.
I agree. Yeah, I think so.
I think Will the Emperor is just more of a.
You can see your sad face in the stream, right?
Oh yeah. there was definitely just like disappointment. Like, come on, guys. I mean, like, that's literally if you heard our raid lead, I'm not allowed to stream our comms, but Like he was yelling. Like, he's just yelling like shield, 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 shield. Like that's all he's yelling, and he's just like, don't hit the shield. Like stop attacking. He's like, hit escape, and like somebody still hit
Is
it.
That's worse than the one where they have to purge the shield at the third boss.
Yep. The
Yeah.
shadow boss. Yep.
Everyone turn around, hands off keyboard.
Yep.
Every single time.
That was pretty much the same call for our group as well. So, which you can still auto attack on both. You just can't hit any abilities while the shield is up.
I didn't even risk it exactly. Yeah, I just turned around.
I did, and I paid the price by throwing a death coil and hit the whole raid with it. So, in my defense, though, the purge was late. It was very late, actually.
Yeah.
So, and I thought it was off when I did it, but I immediately apologized. It was like, sorry guys. I mean, it didn't wipe the raid, so it was fine. But
okay, that's good.
yeah, it was. It worked out. It worked out. But it was definitely a heart skip to beat kind of moment, where I was like, oh crap, what did I just do? But yeah.
Yeah. The first process is actually not that hard. It's the second one where you have to have the rogue or someone else just stun them.
Mm-hmm.
You have to make sure that if they're not stunned, if you're attacking them, you will get a damage debuff and you will do less damage. So you do not want that.
Yeah,
as well as the boss is going to spin and do a pillage, don't be in his circle as well. It's the same thing will happen. You'll get the same debuff.
Yeah, it's the second boss that comes up right here, Subutai, the range boss. He does a pillage, and he does a
sleight of hand.
Sleight of hand, yep. And if you are attacking the boss when sleight of hand goes off, if he's not stunned immediately when that goes, like it's going right now, see he gets stunned there, then you get a damage debuff where your damage is cut in half by 50%. So your parse is screwed if you get that debuff, basically.
And he'll actually continue to do the pillage after he's dead, so you got to watch out for him spinning across the room.
Yep. Yeah, so that'll continue.
Any tags that include AMS and getting runic power from AMS?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah. AMS, if you're not abusing it while those skulls are being kited on the shadow boss, the third one, then you're just griefing yourself.
They're just pulsing AoE around them.
Yeah, and you don't have to be that close to it either. I mean, if it's just in passing, like you can easily get some runic power by popping AMS there. So 100% worth using AMS there for sure.
That's cool.
Mm-hmm.
When it comes to the other fights, did you guys save an AMS for any particular mechanic?
Forgot to mention on Fang, but there's the arcane pulsing AoE at the beginning of the fight. You should be using AMS there. Yep. And then he also does a lightning cast at some point right before doing the epicenter. It's basically as he makes his way around the room, it's like the third one. You can AMS that as well. And then the wildfire at the very end of the boss fight, you can AMS that as well. But you got to be careful with the wildfire because it will chunk through AMS really quickly. So you could risk yourself dying to that if you're not careful. And then Garajal does his shadow bolts, but it's kind of hard to time that. And then if you get Voodoo Doll on yourself, you can AMS that as well.
And there's also the Stone Guard. You're going to want to AMS the shutdown, I think it is.
Yeah, you can AMS the shutdown. You can also stand in the purple pools on the ground. You can AMS those. Forgot to mention those when we were on each of those. But definitely tons of AMS tech opportunity, which is kind of unfortunate that we didn't get the glyph for regenerative magic, but we're currently OP enough that there was the grief death coil right there, by the way. But yeah, definitely lots of AMS opportunities. So would have been really cool if we got our AMS cooldown cut in half with regenerative magic glyph, but we're not going to get it, unfortunately. Zareen said they'd have to nerf us if they gave us the glyphs that we had on the beta. So
Yeah, I find ridiculous, but yeah.
It's whatever. It's whatever. It
Yeah.
would have been a very tiny increase, like, to begin with, and I mean, all the other
Yeah.
classes are about to get their new weapon enchants, and so the playing field's going to get a more level. So Unholy won't be so far out ahead at that point.
You know, they
But,
should just give him to Frost at least if they think it's gonna be that good.
sure, whatever.
Yeah, yeah.
And then you could also make the argument for saving army for the last rotation on Spirit Kings because of the damage increase buff there as well. Though I'm not 100% sure if that's actually player base or boss, if that's on the boss. But when I tried it, at least on beta, it didn't seem to make much of a difference. So I opted against saving it there. But there you saw I was getting some runic power from that shield being kited there. Not shield, but the skull.
Mm-hmm.
They dropped those giant, what do you call it, defiles on the ground, similar to Lich King, if that looks familiar at all. It doesn't grow if you stand on it, though.
Yeah.
It just does really, really bad, like tons of damage if you stand in it.
But you're pumping there, my man. Like,
Oh, yeah,
most of
yeah.
the
I
fight,
topped this fight, yeah.
No one was even close.
No, Unholy should be topping on Spirit Kings, I would argue. I mean, if you just have full
I think
uptime.
honestly, Frost, when I, at least on beta, I was like really close to even beating the Unholy sometimes on this fight, because especially there's the 2 cleave scenario with between the bosses. That Unholy is going to shine, or not Unholy. Frost will shine on that.
Yeah, Frost should do well as well. It is worth noting, though, Howling Blast does proc the shield, though. So
Yeah.
you have to resist the urge to press Howling Blast.
That's very hard. I can't do that.
Yeah, when the shadow shield comes up. So, because a lot of groups will keep them grouped together. So one might be doing the shield while you're still killing Subutai, the second one.
Yeah.
And if
That's you just a blatant Frost strike there if you're not careful.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's very tempting, I know, but don't do it.
May or may not have done that. One of our Frost guys may or may not have learned that on beta.
Ouch.
So Jab just joined. How was the raid, Jab?
Jab,
Hi
what's
guys,
up,
sorry
man?
for the delay.
All good, man.
Yeah, the splits were a bit slow because we have a lot of fillers and so on and stand-ins because we have so many splits running right now. So they took a lot longer than expected.
Yeah, I get that, man. I get that.
No worries, man.
Yeah, and
Now,
we also had
Jab.
to finish the cursed ID we got ourselves into.
Oh, man.
Oh, you're still done. I thought you were done that already. No?
R.I.P.
We cleared 3 bosses on release day, just a bit earlier than everyone. And we finished that right now, the last 3 bosses.
I see.
Gotcha.
But how was it in the release day? Like, everybody wants to know, Jab. How many hours before? I actually don't know anything. I just know
It was
that
exactly
Argus
7 hours early. So
Wow.
it was 5 p.m. my time.
7 fucking hours.
That's insane.
And I got suddenly like 25 pings on Discord. World bosses are up. Everybody log in now. Get world bosses at least tagged. Then one of our guys checked if the raid is open because you never know.
Mm-hmm.
And it was open. And then it's just
Game on from there.
the call was made to just send it because from experience, AQ also opened early. So we thought, okay, we messed up. It's go time. It was not go time, but you're always smarter afterwards.
Man, I was bummed to see that you guys were taken out of the race, essentially. Like, that sucks.
Yeah, like they didn't do anything to reset you or anything.
Truly.
That
Like,
was
I wish you guys were in it because I think it would have been a 3-horse race for the top. So, I mean,
Yeah.
it would have been interesting, I think. Because wasn't not that good? Were those the Beef Bar guys? I think I heard. Is that right?
You mean not that bad?
Or not that bad? Yeah.
Not that bad. I think it's old Beef Bar leadership, but with a lot of new players, from what I
Interesting.
understood.
Interesting. Huh.
So it's like 10 old Beef Bar players and a lot of new guys. I remember Dice on Unfight stream that was talking about it being like their first rodeo with this setup, and they were really happy how they performed.
Yeah.
Even though they lost in the end.
I mean, but it
I
was by
think-
seconds, which is incredible.
Yeah, it was super close.
Very close.
But
yeah.
that's expected, I think, in a raid like Mogu'shan Vaults. It's just a very short,
Yeah.
very straightforward race.
Right.
I think Hot Sophia will be a lot more interesting of a raid, and also
I agree.
in terms of raids, that raid I think is gonna be a lot more interesting.
Definitely.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I think Heart of Fear
But,
is going to be a lot more challenging than Mogu'shan Vaults for sure. So it's definitely going to challenge some guilds, I think.
Yeah, I agree. But also the fights are just a lot more fun, in my opinion.
I agree. Yeah, I think they're more interesting than some of these fights for sure.
I forgot to mention here on Magnet of Mented here, when he's doing his reflect damage portion, you can actually use Death Siphon to heal yourself and do damage in that time, instead of doing the opposite and hurting yourself.
During the last portion of
Yeah, the fourth
Spirit
boss
Kings. Yeah. Some good tech.
Because like there's a point when he does high damage and when you're hitting him and you don't want to kill yourself, you can just use Death Siphon.
Mm-hmm. That's good to know.
So we are getting to Elegon right now.
Yep.
Just so you know, Jab joined late, so we are watching Ketchupchips. Sorry. So we are on his
Same
stream,
thing.
like
Oh, okay,
commenting
okay.
everything, etc. So yeah, I told people many times they are free to request to speak as they like, but people are shy today. But one thing I saw on the chat is that a comment from DNA, like if you guys saw my dad killed wipe on King's normal, you would pull your hairs out. But unfortunately, Ketchup has no hair. Like he would have to pull his eyebrows.
Yeah, I got
out.
no hair to pull.
I think I've seen like every possible way to wipe on Spirit Kings in the 2 weeks of beta raid testing, so nothing can surprise me, I think.
Yeah. Yeah. I would agree.
Yeah, it's a tough fight there. Yeah, it takes a bit to get down for sure.
Yeah, and it's very easy to mess up. Like one mistake and the raid is kind of done. If you hit darkness, for example.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of discipline.
I mean, we hit the shield on the first boss, the retaliate shield. So we wiped on that once. So yeah, definitely seen it all as far as ways to grief your raid.
Yeah. For sure.
So Elegon. So Elegon, if you stay inside, you get a buff, but
Yep.
it stacks a debuff as well, so you take more damage. So
You
you
do.
have to eventually step outside.
Yep. And just a moment ago on the first set of energy charges is when I reset my stacks. So you can actually, as long as you AMS, because I think we kill the ad a little too fast, because the first ad starts to do a pulsating AoE damage, and if he's still in the large circle in the middle, then he'll start hitting everybody inside of it. So, but you can just AMS through that for RP. Lots and lots of AMS opportunity throughout Elegon, just to build some more runic power. So these energy charges as well will actually blow up when you're near them. So good opportunity to use AMS for some more runic power when you can make your way back to Elegon. But as you can see me do here too, you want to make sure you're pestilencing every single time they go out.
Yes, that's what I was going to ask.
Yep.
Like you
Yep.
pestilence every single time.
Yep.
Because you're doing damage even though you're not close to them.
Yep.
How does it work for Frost? What are you doing?
I've been doing the same thing because Howling Blast can't actually reach them because you need the Pestilence glyph. They're 15 yards away from the boss, not 10. So I've also been using Pestilence just to get them their Frost Fever damage on them.
Yep. Yeah, Unholy and Frost should both pump on this fight, just because of disease damage as well. I think energy charge damage isn't actually removed from logs at the moment. So with the way parsing rules are, energy charge damage counts. So should see Unholy and frost at the top of the meters on those for that reason.
Yeah, it's definitely a great fight for any class that has like some sort of passive AoE with big range.
Yep. Absolutely.
Yes.
Does Enhance have any kind of major AoE that they can exploit there?
Some sort, yeah. You can spread your Flame Shock with your Lava Lash, but you have to do it right after the orbs spawn, otherwise they're gonna be out of range. And if you use your Fire Nova right the second afterwards, you will hit the boss and all the orbs together.
Mm-hmm.
So it's quite potent damage, but you can only do it once they spawn. Once they go outside, your Nova won't reach anymore.
Gotcha.
So it's a fast burst, but it's not that consistent anymore. Especially once they get faster. And
Oh,
you
yeah.
always need to hold your Lava Lash, so you're always gonna gimp your boss damage a bit with that.
Yeah.
That's the main way to play this boss.
Gotcha. That makes sense. Yeah, because they do get faster as they move out in waves.
Yeah, and there's also a bug where sometimes they are faster per wave, sometimes they are not. Like you see how slow they are in your VOD.
Yep.
And sometimes they like insta start moving after they spawn.
Yeah, I did notice that sometimes they were faster just kind of randomly. I didn't know if anyone
Yeah.
else had experienced the same thing. Just seems kind
Yeah,
of inconsistent with how fast they move out.
Yeah, I think it's a bug as far as I'm concerned. And as far as I know, Bliss is also aware of this, but it seems to be a difficult thing to fix from their side.
Yep. Oh, also, don't use D&D in this fight. It doesn't hit Elegon. I noticed some people using D&D there, so for next time, don't do it.
Next time.
Yeah, I think it does hit the energy charges though, but it does not hit Elegon. It's
So it's the same thing as Altraxion.
Yep, exactly. Yep, kind of grief and unfortunate that it doesn't work for some reason, but floating boss, I mean, I guess I understand.
It's part of the role play, right?
Yeah, I
It
guess you
makes
could say
sense,
that.
man. They
Yeah,
eliminated,
for sure, for sure.
They eliminated a core spell. It's annoying. But anyway, you can't expect Blizzard to fix stuff.
No.
Slow and steady.
One of the other things you can do on Elegon that we didn't manage to do was, can't you skip one of these platform phases, right? If
Yep,
you
you can.
kill it fast enough, yeah. So
in strong DPS raids, the boss is dead by now.
yeah, that's what I thought.
Are you lusting on pull on this, or are you delaying it?
We're
think
delaying
we
our
are.
lust. Yeah, we're delaying our lust for the moment that the platform stays up for a while.
Oh, no, we're not.
Yeah, we kept it for one of the sets of energy charges in the middle.
Okay. Yeah, we also delay our last for like I think 3 minutes, 3.5 minutes into the fight, and then we just burst the boss down with
Yep.
the set of warps.
Yeah, I just think we were taking the safe play on that is what we decided and why we did that. Because I think we could have probably stayed if we had more DPS stay and push it. I think we could have gotten the faster kill and avoided one of those platform phases. But I think after that wipe on Spirit Kings, we were just taking the conservative play at that point.
Yeah, I mean playing it safe is not always bad, right? And in 1 or 2 weeks of loot, you're gonna push it regardless.
Yeah.
Pretty sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're
It's
running
easy.
I
split.
see you guys
The
like
gear is
speaking a lot
so
of
good.
mobs. Sorry to interrupt you guys. I see you guys skipping a lot of trash. I think on the race, you can skip whatever you want, right? But
Yeah, you don't
when
pull
it
anything
comes
of
to
this.
skip,
Yeah, you can skip
Yeah.
all of this. We, unfortunately, though, on the first run-in, had both of our rogues use their mass cloak. So we had to kill some of the trash, but that was not what had happened in practice. But here you can see we actually executed it properly, and we skip all of the trash there.
does it have any rules when it comes to
Like speed runs?
speed killing?
That's a good
Speed
question.
runs? Yeah.
I'm not as familiar. I bet Jeb would be more familiar with that than I would.
As far as I know, Rock of Clocks has no rules for now. So there's no trash requirements or anything.
Cool.
You can skip everything outside of bosses.
Well, that's interesting. I think
That's
that makes
much
it
better
fun.
than controlling trash, man.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I also do like when you can get creative with the raid,
Mhm.
like skipping trash.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I agree. It makes it more interesting for sure. Any other thoughts
We are
on?
finally on the last boss, right?
Yeah, this is Will the Emperor. Did we have any other last thoughts on Elegon? Or any
Not from my
questions?
side.
Not too
no.
many. Just from my side, hold CDs, your second set of CDs for the last, of course. Don't just blindly send them on CD for the orbs.
Yep.
Only if you really need to.
Right.
But that's really group dependent if your group can push the orbs without CDs or not.
Right.
So you have to be kind of dynamic about it.
Mhm.
I do have to ask here: is Warcraft log still banning the chicken, the haste quack of the battle chicken for engineering?
I think so.
That one should still invalidate logs, yeah.
Yeah.
Ah, that's a lame, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
Another
and
thing
I
is-
loved
yeah.
back in the day when it was allowed.
yeah, that and too many uses of Unholy Frenzy on one particular player as well. You can use it on
Well,
other
even
people.
anyone else other than yourself is banned, which is kind of stupid because now that tank has vengeance, which is insane, if you cast on the tank, it's actually more raid DPS.
Yep.
Yeah, but the take can't pass anymore at that point. It's a bit counterintuitive, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But I heard like there was a time that they allowed everything during the race, and then during like parsing rules, etc., they excluded.
Yeah, I don't know why they came up with the rules like this so early. It's kind of weird to me.
Yeah, they usually talk about it pretty early on, and there's a lot of loud voices in that chat from what I hear. So
Yeah, that's also what I'm hearing. There's sort of single people that have very loud voices who try to change the meta.
Yep.
A lot of the people who are really past don't really even bother talking there, I think.
agreed. Yeah. I'll take a
At
peek
least
at
I'm not
the
on the Discords.
yeah. I'll take a peek at it sometimes and just see what's being discussed. But usually they've already decided what the rules are going to be by the time the raid rolls out for release. But they did add, like I mentioned earlier, the option to toggle rules and no rules on parses, which I think is interesting. But I
Maybe
don't.
something to note here. I don't think you should kill Viet under the boss there.
No, yeah, for sure. Agreed.
The spark empowers the boss, and your tank will not have a great time. Just for anyone else who doesn't know.
Yeah, we didn't
You always want
execute
to
that
get
well.
the ads away from the
No,
boss and then
exactly.
Yeah.
let them die somewhere further
Luckily,
away.
I think we had the spark target somebody outside of underneath the boss, and so it worked out okay. But yeah, definitely a risky move to get the.
The goal
Also
is
quite
to definitely
dangerous for the melees, right?
Oh, 100%.
The
burn the
explosion
courage.
definitely one-shots pretty much every melee.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was definitely poorly executed there. Yeah, our Will the Emperor kill was not the cleanest. That's for sure. It was a kill, but it was not the cleanest because we actually had a tank have to pick up both of them at the end. So I think for the last 5 or so %, it was just one tank, which was kind of chaotic and wild that it worked out that way, but it works. Yeah, a kill's a kill.
Yeah. A kill's a kill, exactly.
It's a good save, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. And I had a grip that I had messed up here at some point too. Yep, here it was.
Yeah, DKs have to do a lot of things here, yeah.
Yeah, so I accidentally self-casted Orphean's Grasp instead of using it on the mob I was targeting there, because my push to talk key was the alt key, and I didn't know that was the self-cast key. Because I'm like trying to make raid calls, letting people know when I'm gripping and everything at the same time, and it was a mess. So we're getting a foot pedal actually for push to talk to avoid that next time.
Nice.
Yep.
So professional, bro.
I'm just running out of keys, man. I got nothing else I can bind. I got
Yeah,
so many
that's
key
true.
binds, isn't holy. Like I just I'm limited
Oh,
on what I
even
can
as
use.
Frost. Like
Yeah, I know that
it's
feeling.
doesn't seem like a big keybind spec, but like there's tons of things that you'd want to press separately.
Yep.
It's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Look at the blood damage there, man.
Oh yeah. Yeah, Vengeance goes crazy.
It's wild. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, tanks can carry this fight, that's for sure.
Yeah, they also, as a tank, I think it's kind of easy to succeed in dodging all the strikes to get all the bonus damage.
Mm-hmm.
So there's also the advantage there. But I
Yep.
think this fight in general is just so melee favored because of the poison gas buff.
Yep.
So tanks can really pop off here.
Yep. And DKs can definitely AMS the poison gas as well for free runic power as well. So pretty much want to be using AMS on cooldown the whole fight, basically. And then here's kind of where it gets sketch, going in and out, having a grip and come in and out constantly.
Yeah, it's been
Yeah.
unfortunate if you have that assignment because you're gonna lose the opportunistic strike pretty much every time you have to do it.
Oh,
but
every time, yeah. I don't think I got
Yeah.
it once because I had to go in and out every single time.
Like how many people you have? How many DKs? And you had to go out that many times?
Well, we basically did it to where it was just me and one other DK who were in charge of gripping. And then we had
Oh,
every other DK as a backup, basically. So even though we were running 5 DKs, we used the other 3 as backups, just in case anything went wrong.
so basically the other people got to parse and you can't.
You would say that, but I was still like number 6 on the meters for the DKs actually. Strangely enough, not sure why, but that's how it works out.
Skill issue.
I guess. I mean, I don't want to flame my fellow DKs, but they did fine.
Yeah, we were rotating all 3 of us, so all of us just had the same thing.
Yeah, I just think it gets a little more complicated when you introduce other people into that assignment, and I think we just kept it
Well,
to 2 for that reason.
It could. We
Yeah,
were
for
just
sure.
had one person calling it basically. You'd say your grip coming up and all that.
Yeah, we were just communicating back and forth and just overemphasizing, like, okay, like this is my grip now. All right, now this is your grip. Every single one of them, just to make sure that we were keeping track of that.
Yeah. But I definitely think it's easier to do it with less people in terms of just organizing it between
Agreed.
you two.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, one of my fellow guildies, one of the other DKs was saying they lost uptime on the boss because they were dealing with the strengths. So that's partially why.
Yeah. But I think you can still do fine in terms of DPS on this boss, even if you miss a couple of these strikes.
Yeah.
Like they still
Oh yeah.
they don't do like that much DPS in the end. It's a
I
good
mean,
chunk, but you
Yeah.
can still do good.
I mean, isn't it like 1 million damage every time you get the opportunistic strike?
2 million.
2 million, even better. And here's where it gets sketch at the end for our kill. At some point, the other tank dies. Or I think he already died. Yeah, he already died.
Yeah. As long as they are still doing this, you're kind of safe. But once they are done with their swings, it's gonna get tough.
Yeah, and then it was sketch trying to go back in after that last grip. And here's where we stacked them. Which they were basically dead at that point anyways.
Yeah, they were dead. What I like watching your UI, you said someone died, and then you say the raid died in the wipe, etc. All melees are gone, etc., etc. Bro, I only see them becoming decays there. They're all red, right?
Yeah.
Did you just bonus
It
roll the
says
trinket there?
that, I think.
Yeah, I bonus rolled the trinket there. It's
Oh,
pretty
you lucky.
clutch.
Holy shit.
But then I failed my guildmates because they ended up prioing my main in the second run or second split,
Oh.
and I took a second Lei Shin's trinket. So that was on me.
Oh.
I should have basically, for all intents and purposes, main swapped. And so we lost use of another trinket by not being better with loot prio on that. The bonus rolls just kind of make it complicated, and in my defense, I
Yeah,
was running on an
exactly.
hour of sleep, so I didn't even remember I got it by the time we were done with the second split.
Yeah.
Yeah. The roads definitely make it a bit more RNG.
Definitely, yeah. I mean, we had in the first run, one of the other Unholy's, I think he rolled and got 4 pieces of loot from his bonus
Same.
rolls.
Yeah, I've got 4
Okay.
pieces of loot too, but some people got nothing.
Which is insane. Yeah, and we had people
It's
got
crazy
nothing.
lucky.
Yeah, who were like
Yeah.
0 for 12 on the 2 runs, and meanwhile he was 4 for 6 on the first, which is absolutely insane, just bonkers.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you look through the logs and look at the loot from some people, it's actually kind of crazy how much they have at the end of the raid.
I believe it.
Yeah.
I saw some people with like 490 item level average already.
What?
No way.
There's no way.
I mean, there's the rank 1 Enha on Spirit Kings had already double fist weapon from the third boss. Just
Well, yeah,
get
it helps
lucky.
to get funneled loot as well, you know.
That's insane. That's nuts.
Just get lucky.
Mm-hmm.
But I still
Wild.
think I beat him. So
There you go.
Anything for Frost or any other boss tips for Will the Emperor that you guys have to add?
Nothing specific here. It's all the same exact as Unholy, I think.
maybe from Enna perspective, there's some talent choices that I would recommend for this boss. Because of the poison gas, you wouldn't want to play your fire elemental focused build, so no primal elementalist.
Mhm.
And I generally recommend playing Unleashed Fury, just because of the simplicity. You have no extra buttons to press, nothing to think about, so you have full focus for the dance. That's just my personal recommendation for everybody
Yep.
trying to learn and optimize this fight. Just make it as easy as possible for yourself
Yep.
in your rotation.
For DKs
So-
too, I was going to say you could also Plague Leech for any of the ads that are dying. You can get some additional runes of Plague Leech just before they die. I don't think I optimized that on this run, but that's something to be considered. But you could do that on pretty much any boss with ads. I actually made a mouse over macro for Plague Leech, so you could do that with the soul fragments on Fang. You could mouse over and steal some runes. Do the same on. You could probably do it with a totem on Garazal as well. And then on Spirit Kings, you could Plague Leech just before the shields go out, because the shield removes your dots anyways. So might as well
Yes, that's true.
get some runes back.
You gotta keep track of that for sure.
Yep. So that's some tech for DKs. Any other thoughts? Fonzus, are you still awake?
Yeah, I'm awake, man. I'm awake.
Just barely.
Like nodding off.
Yeah, pretty much.
Can't stay awake with the yap
Yeah.
fest going on here.
But yeah, thank you guys. Thank you for today. And I think that covered everything, right?
Yep, that was all the bosses. Unless anyone here has questions that they want to chime in on any of the bosses or any particular
Anybody,
class questions.
Feel free to speak.
Yeah, you can request to speak in here. So if you have a specific question you're dying to have answered, more than welcome.
Yeah, people are shy, I guess.
Ah,
Yeah, it's okay.
I know there's people in here. They're just being very
They
quiet.
They can also just write in the chat, right? If they don't want to speak.
That's true too. Yeah.
Yeah, I think there's one requesting to speak. Hey.
Oh, somebody wants to
Hello,
know
man.
how everyone's epic dungeon weapon grind went. 0 for
didn't-
3
it
for
didn't
me.
go for
Yeah,
me.
it didn't go for me at all.
I didn't even get a blue weapon. I didn't even get a blue.
I just got my epic fist weapon on my 4th Shadow Pan, so
Oh
just get
wow.
lucky.
Skill
My
issue.
groups are 3 dungeon epics in total.
That's insane.
2 Scholarman staffs and 1 Shadow Pan fist weapon.
That is crazy.
Hey guys, can you hear me?
Yeah, we
Yep.
can.
We can hear you.
Yes.
Oh, cool. Sorry, a little bit of a audio issue. Yeah, I just had a question. So we just got done with Elegon. So I play Rogue. I was wondering, how do you guys manage removing the stacks in the first phase, but still maintaining sort of high DPS on boss? So I was looking at a few logs. I can see if you guys are running 100s, but I just don't know how do you manage that?
It's a good question. I mean, you kind of need to time it with depending on how your group is killing that ad. I think that's probably the most important part to consider. If you
Yeah.
can cool down through, I mean, if he ticks and explodes inside the circle at all, if you can cool down through that, and you can wait until he dies. I mean, for me, for DKs, you can kind of make it until energy charges start to go out, and so as you're moving out, anyways, you can then drop your stacks after
Right.
you kill the first energy charge, or as you're killing the first one. So that's probably my recommendation if you're going to optimize and upkeep as much damage as possible. Do it with the first
That's
energy charge if you can. But
what I was
not
doing. Is around 20 stacks. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I would say try to stay in until the first energy charge, kill it, and while killing it, run out, reset, go back to boss, and then you should be safe for 2 more energy charges. So on the
Okay.
third total energy charge, you can reset again. Just do the same thing again.
So it's
And
okay,
then,
right? Okay, so I need to
yeah,
charge,
and then you
reset,
should be
rinse, and repeat.
safe until the end of that phase. So 2
Okay.
resets. That's how I play it.
Yeah, perfect. I'll give it a go. Cheers, guys. Thank you.
No problem. And then I did
We
have
have
a
another question from the chat.
Yep.
On Twitch asking what is the faster blight option or the faster blight thing that or tech that you mentioned on faster
Yeah,
bosses?
I love that question. We
Oh,
get to
yeah.
talk about Fester Blight more. So Fester Blight basically it's the same rotation as original, except you prio Festering Strike more to maintain your original disease snapshot. So you basically try to maintain your first snapshot for the whole duration of the fight, which is really only possible on probably Fang and Garajal because you're sticking to the boss the whole time. Unless you're going under on Garajal, in which case you're just going to re-snapshot with the buff when you come back up anyways. But yeah, Fester Blight, you just prio Festering Strike more than you would like Scourge Strike, for example. And you're just using enough Festering Strikes to keep your disease snapshot on the boss. So you're basically considering like time to kill, how much is left on the fight, and then you're just constantly watching your disease uptime. Somebody asked, will that rotation be on the nag? Pauses?
Yeah, they will. To be honest,
It needs some work.
it was
but
already
yeah, it needs
supposed to
some work.
be. Yeah, it needs some work, but it was already supposed to be. We have a sketch for that already, but it's,
No way.
Yeah, no PTR makes everything harder.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
we have less tools to test, etc.
Yeah.
I've been very busy as well, so I haven't been able to test, but I can finally start looking into it now that the race and everything's over.
Yep. And I think
I agree. It was a lot.
Yeah, that's for sure. And I think also going into the next phase for tier 15, looking ahead, I think at that point Fester Blight might be the play with the way that those Arbis trinkets will end up being, because they're going to be more RPPM. They're going to be more. I don't know. It's going to be easier for your trinkets to desync at that point with the way that trinket ICDs work at that point.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
Something
That's
to,
why it's
something
like
to be considered then.
not a big deal if you don't get this whole disease up the entire fight right now, since you can easily get it up next time your trinkets proc.
Exactly. Yeah, because the ICDs line up pretty nicely usually, if you're lucky. But does that answer your question, Petrosite, on Fester Blight? Or does anyone have any follow-up questions to that? Did I explain that okay? Perfect.
Yeah, cool. I think we're ready to wrap up. I just have to tell you guys in advance. Last time we had a chat like this on stage, and a dude recorded all of the chats, and then he posted on a Pornhub equivalent, but for Arabic world and stuff like that.
Oh my gosh.
So if I would
Nice.
Google your names, so you probably have your faces there on Pornhub.
Oh my gosh.
That's okay. I'm fine.
Finally famous.
Yes.
I'm dead.
Fine.
But Yeah, I think we're ready to wrap up then. But thank you everyone for the time. And we should definitely do this more times, and not just when a phase releases, or yeah, anytime you guys want to discuss, or if you're from the audience as well, like if you want a topic to be discussed, hey, let's chat about, I don't know, this rotation in particular, this stack in particular, or anything else, then we can just sit, smoke a joint, and chat. Just hear your craft together. That's the
And
fun
if you
part of the game.
if you talk to us later in the game too, we'll know some more about the bosses as well. So we'll have a lot more tips.
Yep. I know that I'll be working on a parsing video, but that'll probably release a week out from now, for Unholy in particular. And I know that Dark is going to be working on something for Frost, and maybe we'll collab on some of that. But yeah, there's definitely more theory crafting to be had.
We're currently working on the rotation video for Frost, so if you're looking forward to that, that's coming out pretty soon.
Heck yeah. Love to hear that.
Pretty great. But thank you guys for today, and I'll finally have my sleep.
Yeah, well deserved. Well deserved.
Yep.
But cheers. Bye bye.
All right.
Okay.
Cheers, guys.
Cheers.
Cheers.